Ron Howard finally reveals George Lindsey's identity at 71. Ronald William Howard was born in Duncan, Oklahoma, on March 1, 1954. Show business was his family's heritage. Father Rance Howard was a respected character actor, and Mother Jean Spiegel Howard was an actress. Ron was naturally exposed to acting, filming, and storytelling as a child. His parental influence and natural aptitude shaped a career that spanned decades and included many notable accomplishments. Howard's entertainment career began quickly. As a kid actor, he was famous for playing Opie Taylor on The Andy Griffith Show from 1960 until 1968. Howard established a national celebrity by playing the pleasant, naive, and perceptive Opie. He stood out as a young actor for his depth, humor, and sincerity, winning critical and audience acclaim. After this, Howard became famous for playing Richie Cunningham on Happy Days, which began in 1974. The show's 1950s American setting, Howard's charisma, and his comedic timing made him one of television's most admired actors. Ron Howard wanted more than acting. He loved narrating behind the camera since childhood. Howard became a director after becoming fascinated with filmmaking, camera angles, lighting, and editing. He began with smaller projects, commercials, and TV episodes, perfecting his skill with painstaking attention to detail. Early directorial work showed a great sensitivity to human emotion, timing, and story structure, predicting his later masterpieces. With several critically acclaimed films in the late 1970s and 1980s, Howard's filmmaking career took off. Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah's 1984 romantic comedy Splash showed his ability to blend humor, passion, and imagination in a way that resonated with audiences. Cocoon, 1985, which addressed aging, rejuvenation, and human connection, showed Howard's ability to direct ensemble casts and emotionally sophisticated stories. From the 1989 high-stakes thriller Parenthood to the 1995 biographical masterwork Apollo 13, which blended painstaking historical accuracy with compelling human-centered drama, he proved himself as a versatile director in the 1980s and 1990s. Howard's historical and biographical films are among his greatest triumphs. A Beautiful Mind, 2001. Howard's Academy Award for Best Director for his sensitive portrayal of mathematician John Nash cemented his position as a top Hollywood director. Howard's signature blend of intriguing performances, sophisticated storytelling, and deep emotional core was on display throughout the film. His next novels, Frost Nixon, 2008, and Rush, 2013, continued to explore complex personalities and real-life events with authenticity and complexity. Ron Howard directed The Da Vinci Code, a mystery thriller based on Dan Brown's best-selling novel, in 2006. The film's portrayal of key religious figures and its interpretation of religious history drew criticism from many quarters, including the Roman Catholic Church, which criticized the film's portrayal of the Holy Grail and Christian history. Howard's direction and Tom Hanks' riveting performance as Robert Langdon helped the picture win over fans worldwide despite initial criticism. The film blended tension, historical intrigue, and intellectual problems to entertain and challenge. Despite controversy, The Da Vinci Code was a commercial success, grossing over $758 million worldwide. Howard proved his ability to handle difficult topics and turn provocative content into engaging mass entertainment. Howard produced and directed the 2015 adventure drama In the Heart of the Sea, nearly a decade later. Based on Nathaniel Philbrick's nonfiction book, the film tells the true story of the whale ship Essex, whose 1820 collision with a giant sperm whale inspired Herman Melville's Moby Dick. Howard's rigorous historical accuracy and dramatic storytelling brought the tragic tale of survival, fortitude, and human perseverance to life on screen. Chris Hemsworth, Benjamin Walker, Cillian Murphy, and Tom Holland gave subtle performances that enhanced the story. Howard's direction highlighted the men's psychological and physical struggles against the brutal sea, creating an emotionally gripping experience that blended adventure, drama, and historical reflection. The film got mixed reviews, but it showed Howard's commitment to ambitious large-scale productions that combine human drama with historical and literary relevance. Howard directed Inferno, the third Robert Langdon film after The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons, in 2016. The film, based again on a Dan Brown novel, followed Langdon as he races against time to prevent a global disaster tied to Dante's Divine Comedy. Howard's familiarity with the previous adaptations helped him keep the franchise's intellectual puzzles, fast-paced action, and rich symbolism. Tom Hanks reprised his role as Robert Langdon, and Felicity Jones, Omar Sy, and Irfan Khan gave the high-stakes drama depth and authenticity. Howard proved his ability to adapt complicated literary mysteries into compelling cinematic experiences that appeal with worldwide audiences by keeping audiences interested with suspenseful turns and visually stunning settings in Florence, Venice, and Istanbul. Howard directed Solo, a Star Wars film, in May 2018 to diversify his portfolio. The film covered Han Solo's origins, relationships, and development into the roguish hero fans know. Alden Ehrenreich played the eponymous role, with Woody Harrelson, Emilia Clarke, Donald Glover, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, in a new take on the galactic saga while retaining its humor, adventure, and epic grandeur. Howard took over after Phil Lord and Christopher Miller left owing to creative conflicts, offering stability and a clear vision. Solo honored the Star Wars concept while revealing the early years of one of cinema's most iconic heroes thanks to his ability to blend character development, high-octane action sequences, and visual extravaganza. Ron Howard, the legendary actor-turned-director who has touched practically every aspect of Hollywood, has had a rich and rewarding personal life. Known for his longtime marriage to Cheryl Alley, Howard and Alley married on June 7, 1975, starting a nearly 50-year union in a business where fame, work, and public attention often stress marriages. Howard's career and family life have been supported by their marriage, which is a symbol of devotion, stability, and respect. Ron Howard and Cheryl Alley have 4 children, each of whom has found their own way while honoring their family's creative tradition. Bryce Dallas Howard and Paige Howard, their daughters, are entertainment business professionals, influenced by their father's pioneering work in film and television. Perhaps the most famous of the Howard children, Bryce Dallas Howard has excelled as an actor, director, and producer in blockbuster franchises and independent films. The Howard family's artistic drive and determination are shown via Paige Howard's acting career. Beyond public service, the Howard children were raised to value creativity, hard work, and integrity. Ron and Cheryl's caring and nurturing household emphasizes the need of combining career and family. Their private family life is peaceful and stable, unlike other Hollywood families' tumultuous or highly publicized existence. Howard has been a caring and supportive parent, teaching his children how to handle the obstacles and opportunities of a high-profile career. Ron Howard, the iconic actor-turned-director who spent over 60 years in Hollywood, has finally opened up about George Lindsey at 71. Renowned actor best known for playing Andy Griffith's Goober Pyle. Fans and entertainment historians have theorized about the production dynamics of the legendary TV series, notably cast interactions, for years. Howard had mostly kept his observations into Lindsey's nature and career confidential until now. Howard was honest in a recent interview, presenting an honest and analytical look at Lindsey's personality and the realities of working in the golden age of television. Howard said George could light up a room when he entered. It was clear from the start that he cared about everyone on set and off. He was friendly and humble, making working with him simple. Howard remembered that Lindsey's humorous talent belied his depth and expertise, which spectators often missed. People think Goober Pyle was humorous, but George worked hard like any serious actor. Even in spontaneous situations, he observed, learned, and perfected. His performances were effortless because of that. It felt genuine, but it was years of careful planning. Lindsey's uncommon ability to blend humor with genuine passion won over colleagues and audiences of all ages, Howard said. Howard remembered Lindsey as a mentor and friend in addition to a co-star. George had a knack for making you feel like your show contributions mattered. He'd give counsel or talk about life, not just perform. This kindness will always be remembered. Howard noted Lindsey's perseverance and adaptability, saying he handled fame and television's demands well. When the timetable was tough or the cameras weren't cooperating, George showed impressive professionalism. He never let stage difficulties ruin his performance. I still remember that lesson. Howard also showed Lindsey's personal side, showing his devotion to family and friends. George had a lively life outside the studio. He made time for his loved ones in a way that's unique in this field. He frequently quietly supported a buddy or celebrated their accomplishment before thinking of himself. Everyone who knew him was forever changed by his selflessness. Howard concluded that Lindsey is gone, but his legacy lives on in his great performances and innumerable personal ties. It's impossible not to smile when discussing George. He made every day lighter, and his effect lasts. Many will remember him for his laughter, but those who knew him will remember him for his generosity, intelligence, and unshakable heart. Howard's honest words show that George Lindsey was more than his on-screen antics. He was a true professional, mentor, friend, and loving person who enhanced others' lives. Howard's sincere reflections at this point of his life provide fans and historians a better insight of the man behind the renowned figure. Howard's willingness to talk about Lindsey at 71 offers insight into television history and a lesson in the power of kindness, dedication, and authenticity in an industry characterized by transitory celebrity and superficiality. Howard believes George may have died, but his impact, lessons, and delight go on. That's my definition of a good existence.